What's up, Mauzy fam? It's your boy Mauzy from Platinum Heroes, and today we are back with another episode of the Hero Rising ladder journal type of content. No, I'm still not a ventriloque. I still cannot speak without actually moving my mouth or you know, in weird ways that doesn't assume me to do it. And we started against Into the Sky. A ZvZ would have been on the plate, and I wanted to do a 15-14-14, which I'm going to do now. Now, Into the Sky is actually an interesting person because they love to play unranked. They love to play Zerg off race in a even weirder way, honestly, because they just leave the whole ZvZ shenanigans and like whichever matchup the player doesn't want to practice. So it's a 4700 MMR Protoss and Diamond 1 MMR, but stuck at 3500 Zerg. So kind of sus already. I know the guys from Team Empire. So yeah. Anyways, we move on to a next ZvZ. So I just had to show up and I instantly got the respect, no GG leave instantly after 11 seconds. Plus 20 MMR, easy peasy. This time around we're going to do a interesting build, which is the 15-14-14. Now the 15-14-14, which I'm going to do for the next two games, is I'm going to face the same opponent. That's a bit of a spoiler, and we're going to put up the two builds against each other, and I'm going to try to make optimizations. Now I see a spine starting on the edge of my creep, and I'm like, okay, is this a spine rush? So for that case, I put my my spawning pool in the back. I used to put it like in the front or something like that, and I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. Now, I send this one drone back and I keep one worker in gas. My speed is going to be delayed, and with the 50-40-14, it's kind of sensitive to speed timings, right? So I'm trying to get my speed as fast as possible. There we go. And I should pull out both drones from the gas, but I don't for some reason. I don't know, maybe in my mind I actually pulled it off. So link spawn, and here I realize, okay, this drone did not have to like keep the spine in check. The links would have been just fine. Now my opponent just tries to run away and scout as much as possible. So the build is 15 hatchery, 14 gas, and 14 spawning pool. Then you get the overlord. So that's the difference between the standard 15-15 and the 15-14-14. With 15-15 you would get 15 hatchery, overlord, 15 spawning pool, and then the third drone that spawns after the overlord morph will take the gas, and the first two that spawn after the drone that got the gas go to the low ground. And just then after that, like around 27, 28, something along those lines, that's when you start going for the gas. So before the hatchery spawns, the last drone and the first drone that spawns from natural should complete the gases. Now, my opponent has, I don't know if he has any ideas or not, but it's a weird name. I looked it up. It's an interesting situation. Now here I see the links come in. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I moved, by the way, I knew these links were on the map because he showed them. And I moved my queen into the natural, from the natural to the main. And why did I do that? Because otherwise it would have died, obviously, and I want to inject. Now, the one thing I'm trying to experiment with 15-14-14, if I can't kill them, I'm trying to drone up behind it and try to keep up the pressure. Because this is a speed link all in, but I'm trying to like do it in a aggressive way where I make my opponent overreact and then drone up and potentially push with some roaches or link bait, depending on what I can scout here and there. Now I'm trying to buy time for these links, and I even like hotkey. You can see I put on hotkey number 3. I put some of them over there. Now wait, maybe I actually... Did I? Oh yeah, I lost the queen. Okay, so the way I did it, I had queen on control group 2, and I had a couple of zerglings on control group 2, but I think I pulled the queen too early. Now here it is quite standard. I literally just, you know, pressure the natural hatchery. I don't know why he made creep spread over there, but that's an inject. It is what it is. So I'm looking at this build. So this is a really interesting build because this is a 14. I even speed it up, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, wait a moment, what is this? I'm like, hold on a moment. I'm looking at the production tab. I'm like, wait a moment. There was an overlord going there. Why was an overlord going there? I'm like, okay, so this is a 14 overlord, 14 pool. Like, I've never seen this before. And I'm not sure when the hatchery was taken. I think at 17. Yeah, so this is a 14 overlord, 14 pool, 17 hatch, single spine rush with 6 links moving across the map. So yeah, we face the same person again, same map, even same orientation, and I'm like, okay, let's do a proper 15-14-14. If my opponent does a spine rush, it is what it is. It is going to be all good, all cool, everything like that. Like, I don't really mind it. So trying to set up my camera locations. I even set up a 4 for some weird reason. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it, you know, just to have one more button to spam. Because why not? Okay, I'm taking my natural hatchery at 15, as I said. I'm trying to now. How I usually like to take these is I like to take it as close as possible to 75 minerals, because 25, like the moment when it takes, it's 75, because it's going to take 25 for the gas, and then I can start another drone. So efficiency is quite key with this build, because if you hit like 1 or 2 seconds faster, it's already much better. It is quite crucial to also try and pull out of gas exactly at 100. That's the optimal one. Now I was thinking if I should check this drone, but I was like, okay, it doesn't really matter. I'll pull 3 drones. It's fine. Nothing too fancy. I don't have to like overreact it this time. And here I'm just trying to stop the very first time the spine starts. So it's going to force a cancel. Even an early cancel, my opponent did not risk it. And at this point I'm like, okay, I'm not going to pull that one worker. I'm going to wait for my links, because my links are going to be in time. As you can see, I pulled out 1 worker out of gas, so I can actually catch up on the minerals. Do I make my speed? Oh, my speed is not on the way. Yeah, I was kind of occupied with the spine. I'm like, okay, yeah, I forgot, like a solid, like what, 8-9 seconds later. It's not the best, but it is what it is. My opponent is kind of sacrificing a lot of things with that build, so it's kind of weird. Honestly, could have taken a 14 pool, 14 overlord as well. Like, that would be very much efficient as well. And then like taking 17, but it's not at 17 workers, or soon to be 17 workers. It's like at 13 workers even. This takes the spine. Sorry, takes a pool at 14. The overlord is finishing even like as the pool is being taken. Now these 2 links will spoil my plan over here. It's gonna see, might think that I'm overreacting or something, but I don't know. At this point, I think he's just super far behind. He doesn't have enough drones, and it's going to be like really problematic for him to hold. Now I move across the map before link speed finishes, because I'm at this point I'm like, okay, if he full walls, I'm just giving him more time to actually manifest the wall. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get close if it's like a queen there, because he had like 3 queens the last time I actually pushed. So this is a heavy queen build as far as I see. I don't know, it looks really weird and I have no idea, but as you look at it, I try to like surround everything, and that's it. I see these spines, I'm like, no, wait, no, never mind. Okay, let's not do that. I think at this point I start droning, if I'm not mistaken. So this should be the moment when I start droning. I target down this hatchery, and I'm not really in a hurry, you know, like I have the control. He's playing on my terms, not vice versa. So I put a couple of links at the ram, but then I decided, okay, you know what, let's just finish off this hatchery, because I don't want him to actually spawn additional larvae or anything like that. Now I move up and I try to see what's up here. I see a lair. Now I'm like, okay, what do you try to do? Is this like a Nidus build or something? And I see a building there, which I don't click on. It was a baling nest. That's a bit of a mistake for me not to click on it. I was like forcing the micros so much, but I was droning behind this, so I was in a really healthy spot behind all of this, and I targeted this whole thing. I got the 2nd queen, so I think I get a 3rd queen at some point. I pulled back into gas. So all those things. I could have pulled back into gas a lot faster. But yeah, I think I would have sacrificed a couple of drones, but it is what it is. I'm trying to target down the spawning pool. There's a couple of lings remaining, and I try to like put up a bit of pressure, like just a bit of pressure. Nothing too fancy. I try to target down these lings, and once again, my biggest mistake in this game was not actually paying attention that there's a baneling nest. As we know, a single baneling can spoil your whole plan and can actually just end the game in a really sad way, right? So I think in this case I was so far ahead that it was close to impossible to lose this game unless I like sacrificed all my banelings and my lings onto like an extractor while a baneling just connected up. And yeah,
but I'm sure you'll have more than
I strongly believe that there was no way. But I was thinking like, okay, how much gas could you have backed up? Like, what were you doing there? Why would you get the lair? What's happening here? Like, you got the lair. I see the banelings. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just blow up a couple of mine. And I even got like a super nice connection there. Okay, one more baneling. It's kind of unfortunate, but I'm once again morphing more banelings. So this is something that I sometimes forget to even morph more banelings as I do my things. And here I just move command them into the mineral line and target a couple of drones. And at this point I'm like, yeah, I killed like probably 10 plus, like I killed 10 plus workers. I see this queen super low HP, I target it down. You know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nothing too fancy here. I just did my build and stuck to my plan. Could have been something even worse, but as it looks, this build had no chance against my 15, 14, 14. Now we move on to a third ZvZ. This time around, it was it the ZvZ? I think it. No, wait, no. Oh, sorry, my bad. I see the name. Okay, so we move on to our last game, ladies and gentlemen. Now you would be like, Mauzy, what the heck? You promised like 30-40 minutes of content. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be the biggest clown fiesta that you've seen so far. If you thought last episodes, like the first episodes, before last game, like penultimate game, was bad, then oh my god, you're in for a treat. So it's a ZVP, not a ZvZ. It's a ZVP. And I instantly see this, and I'm like, oh, maybe I pulled too many. Okay, I pulled 6 back. I still have 6. So I'm trying to do something here. And here I'm like, okay, I'll send it back. Maybe it's a fake. And he's like, haha. Okay, I'm like, it's a fake. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god. Okay, I see this, and I'm like, you know what? Let's not pull it. I'm going to take double gas. But I mess up the timing on my spawning pool as well. Like, I could have taken my spawning pool in like 50 minutes, and I forgot for eternity. I was so distracted, guys. I was so distracted that it's absolutely amazing. Now, for the sake of not ending up in a literally hour-long video, I'm going to like speed it up at like, okay, 2 times speed. Let's just speed it up. So I get kind of rushed. It is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do against it. I'm trying to like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. As you can see, I'm not happy. Let me just put it here. It's funny because I would love to actually use the minus key. Wait, can I use the minus key? No, I can't use the minus. I need to use the numpad, and since I use the numpad minus to stop the recording, I don't want to stop the recording, obviously. Okay, so at this point, I'm trying to go for a Roach Warren. Let's put it down to like 150 speed. It's still going to be like quite a long one. And here I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I panic. I'm like all over the place. Like, what I should have done, in my opinion, okay, if anybody has any good ideas. Also, if you have a good cannon rush response, please, for the love of God, drop it in the comments. I am so freaking messed up against cannon rush, because my probably most reliable one is the Nidus, but I am not exactly sure if I actually can do that. And there's a lot of ways to do cannon rush as well. There's like the one that pushes cannons, the ones that actually puts your puts a tech there. There's ones that actually have like a lot of stuff. As you can see, my opponent sacrificed a lot of things. So the only reason why I stuck in this game, I was like, okay, he's trying to expand, so maybe he's not committing, so maybe now I should actually go out. Like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do, and it's really difficult to actually get down the ramp. I'm trying to put some creep tumors, but you can see that everything, like due to chaos, everything is messed up. I'm going for that lair, and I'm moving my overlord in position for the main in order to actually be able to Nidus the position. I'm like, okay, can I just put it there? Nope, can't. It is what it is. It's all good and dandy. At least I'm trying to cope. It's massive copium, by the way. My opponent pushes an adept here for vision, or shade rather. And so far I'm trying to spread some creep, but maybe that's in the range of cannons as well. Maybe he has an observer. I did not actually see if there was an observer. I'm trying to pull out the gas, prioritize some minerals. And I'm waiting for that thing to finish. Maybe I showed my overlord a bit too soon. Honestly, now that I think about it. I'm trying to see on the recording if there's like an observer or not. Let me know if you see it, but like... Okay, I'm trying to move my my links and my ravagers separately. And I'm like, okay, what do I even do here? And maybe he expects like a Nidus, because I don't know, it felt like he expected a Nidus. And oh, he was patrolling, and maybe that probe saw the overlord. Maybe that probe saw the overlord, honestly. Yeah, and I was like, you know what, yeah, let's do this. I'm like, okay, whatever, whatevs. And at this point he's trying to push across the map. Okay, I hear the recall sound, and at this point I think I made a mistake here. I think this was a mistake, because it should have been only a couple of units, and I had much more. And I tried to break out. I could have probably ended the game then and there. I tried to break out. I lose all my links, which is fine. By the way, link speed was never researched, so I totally forget about it. You're gonna laugh so much when when we get deeper into the video. Again, I'm trying to like spoil things that are not exactly important, but also not spoil like what happened in this game entirely. It's a long ride, by the way, so bear with me. Trust me, it's gonna be a marathon for me as well, so I'm not blaming you if you skip forward through the video, but if you're a Mauzy fan, then just bear with me. Just, you know, put me on like a speaker, or like bring me with your phone, bring me wherever with you with your phone and stuff like that, and just, you know, do your cooking, do your cleaning and stuff like that. It's gonna be a bit of a passive game, a bit of an interesting one. I'm thinking maybe should I actually try and go for something like that, but then I'm like, oh, what's the follow-up for him? I'm like, I need to check what the follow-up is. See, like, oh my god, it's WEIRD ZvZ. Okay, well, kind of expected, but I don't want to throw down a Hydra then, because I don't have enough economy for this. And I'm trying to like think like, okay, what do I do? I should have pulled out of gas here, by the way. I should have pulled out of gas even entirely and just focus on minerals. Set up spores, set up queens, set up stuff like that. Everything costs minerals. Instead, I'm a moron and I'm stupid, and I'm trying to just go for stupid things. And the WEIRD ZvZ already come across the map because they're fast. They're fast as heck. Okay, I'm trying to move my queen back. I'm trying to throw down some bios, but again, my hatchery is under fire, and I'm trying desperately to do something. It's so difficult to deal with these WEIRD ZvZ, honestly, in the early stages. Unless you like open normally and you have like 4 or 5 queens, even 6. I mean, at this point I would have had 10 queens, obviously, but I did not open standard, right? Because this is not a standard game. Like they say in chess, like you memorize openings and stuff like that. Well, this is the part of the chess game that has never before been seen. Like this position was never before seen, even though you would claim otherwise. Okay, I know, you would claim otherwise. You'd be like, ah, but Mauzy, Everybody gets cannon rushed every now and then. Like, what do you mean? Yes, but like every cannon rush is unique, okay? So it depends on the chaos. Cannon rush is about creating chaos. That's the beauty of it. It challenges you to think outside of the box, be reactive, try to like somewhat normalize the game, and you know, because you're the reactive race. This is the problem. You're the reactive race. Now, what's happening here? You have void rays on the map. I don't have anything that shoots up that can move across the map. I cannot really afford a spire because otherwise I get demolished on the ground. Mutants are not the best against void rays, but I'm trying to like see what he's doing, and I'm like, okay, he has 3 immortals. I remember that he had like 2. Now it could have been 3, obviously. It could have been 3. I'm not going to like say that it wasn't 3, but once again I get caught with the void rays. I'm like, oh, this is painful. All again, I'm trying to like drone up. Now, if I pulled out of gas, like, let me put it this way. So, my mistakes so far. Let's do a real quick recap. I'm trying to put, like, a Hydra Den as well, because I'm trying to, like, do some kind of a push early on, as I see that I have plenty of drones here. It's not optimal. You can see that I'm hyper-focused on this game, like... that tank top is, like, looking absolutely wild on me, by the way. It's like...
Not enough minerals. Are you saturated?
Man, I even like lost weight or something.
Your brood is under attack.
And I'm trying to like focus. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to be in the zone and then just focus on the whole thing. By the way, you could see that there's like plenty more of this video. So maybe at some point we're going to speed it up once again. But we can talk about these mistakes because I feel like a lot of Diamond Zergs struggle against this. Hell, I even casted one where my good friend Sugar Called the second actually faced a guy named I think it was like Behind Go DT or something like that. Went Behind Go DT, something along those lines. It was like an hour-long passive game that ended in a really anticlimactic way. Maybe I'll have, if I don't forget, maybe I'll have a card linking to that over at the MauzyCast channel. It was a wild one, and I couldn't even react to like cancel my hatchery. I tried to retake it again. Now, as you can see, the more my hatcheries get delayed, the worse it is for me. At this point, I'm like, do I even inject here, or do I just keep for transfuse? Because he's like doing good moves and trying to move across with only stuff that he can actually even pull out, right? Whenever the shit hits the fan. I'm trying to spread creep to actually see some run-bys and whatnot. The problem is, I don't scout. And that's a big problem. Now, the reason why I scout, I was thinking that I should scout. I was thinking I need to scout, I need to see what he has, I need to see what his plan is. But then I was like, okay, like, maybe I send an overseer across. But if it gets caught before scouting anything, I sacrifice 150 minerals and 50 gas. Literally, and even supply block time. At this point, I'm like, yeah, supply block into supply block. Where was I? Oh yeah. Back to the part where I actually recap my mistakes. So the first mistake, which could have been even like solved by just keeping my drones there. If I sacrificed those 6 workers, and I wasn't like, okay, let's try some cute ideas. Problem is, I have no idea about the proper response for cannon rush. That's the thing. Like I've heard so many versions of like cannon rush responses. This was not the one that you actually see behind the mineral line as well. So it was kind of weird. So yeah, it is what it is. That's mistake number 1. Maybe it could have ended the game there, as my opponent would have just delayed everything. Second mistake, my spawning pool was extremely late. Third mistake, I should have went through with the Nidus. Fourth mistake, I should have pulled out of gas and get static defense so I don't lose my hatchery again, because my natural was delayed for infinity. I think I got my natural up like what, 6 minutes or something? 6-7 minutes? What was that? Like maybe even more. Now my third was also delayed a bit. Now I'm trying to move across the map and I'm like, you know, the sad realization was like, I showed him my Hydras. Now it's definitely going for Storm, right? I mean, there's no way he's not going for Storm, because I saw Archons. I'm like, those are not DT morphed Archons. So yeah, I see the Storm. Like, there's the proper response, and at this point of the game, I'm like totally lost versus Protoss, so it's quite annoying. It is what it is. I'm trying to take a fort base, trying to like set up some kind of a late game. I forget my hive, which is absolutely crucial to actually get my lurker upgrades and whatnot. Yeah, this game was an utter shit fest. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I guess people can relate, and it's fine. It's one of those games where I would say I'm embarrassed of myself.
You got no minerals.
You know, because
good job keeping that money down.
Let's be honest, who would love to watch a game that they played like this? Now, I could have spread creep better. I could have tried to do a lot of things a lot better. Sadly, there's a million things that could have gone better. Also, I think I got a couple. Yeah, I once again got a couple of drones there, and now I realize I don't have a fucking hive. I'm like, okay, never mind. We're still going to morph lurkers. It's fine. I'm gonna take gases, so I have more gas. It's funny, by the way, because in the late game, I'm going to be gas starved.
You can't do your disgusting morph.
Like, how ironic is this? And here I'm like, oh shit, no. And I'm like, oh no, even on the minimap, I'm like, oh, I need to pull this over here because it's gonna take my hatchery, and no. And then I see the run by as well. I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Try to transfuse, but I run out of energy once again. Like, it's crazy bad. I'm telling you, it's like extremely bad. This was a hell of a frustrating experience. I'm trying to retake my hatcheries. Even my third as well. Like, this, I literally just got it. Like, this is like, you know, if you cannot cut the head of the Hydras to not spawn more heads, you just cut its entire body in like million pieces. This was basically that. From this point on, I think it's the slowest death animation, in my opinion. So it's kind of like that. This is a good move. I kind of managed to pick up a bit of these. I still have my drones in my control. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, what am I even doing here? What am I even doing here? Okay, I go for, I think I went for +3 over there, if I'm not mistaken, because I have +2. I have my hive, I get my upgrades. I even get like a Viper, but I'm like, what do I even do? Like, feedback range is like higher or like longer. Here I should have moved like yeah, here I should have moved like a queen or something, but I was like, screw this. And I'm like, 26. Wait, at some point I realized, like, wait a moment, 26 workers. I'm like, what the hell? I think you should just look at my face. Maybe I think I'll have like a head shake or something after I realize there's like a whole base worth of drones AFKing. I'm like, wait a second, what the heck is happening? Oh my god, I'm like, okay. Oh, never mind, I don't have a funny reaction. I'm like, even miscalculating, I clicked too many times. And once again, oh my god, I just realized I clicked on one of the drones! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god, oh, this game is I funny, guys. I love this. I'm like, where should I put these? But I see Tempest. I'm like, okay, Spire. We're good. Oh no, like this is like such a bad position for me to be in. I'm stuck with Hydras, lair tech units, trying to move forward, trying to like do some damage. I eat a fat storm. I eat a big ass storm. Big ass fat storm. I'm maxed out, but guys, let me put it this way. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's like feeding, like, I don't know, 100 kilograms of paper to the paper shredder. It's still going to shred it. It's still going to shred it. Like, there's no point. right? So no matter how much you shred, if you get countered, like no matter how much you push into that army, there's no way you can actually win this, because it's like my army gets hard countered by his army. I'm still trying to make it work, because honestly I'm stuck in like a really bad position. What's more funny is link speed is still not researched. I'm gonna have like a couple links here, because I'm, once again, as I said, I'm gonna be gas starved. Now I'm maxed out. I obviously try to move across the map and try to at least deny a base or something, but I'll obviously fail at that. I'm trying to I hope. Now, okay, here I could have targeted the Templars, because I think they were in range of the lurkers. Now I'm like, okay, I cannot do anything here. Yikes. Like unpower a couple of static defenses, but that's pretty much it. I feed all my units in there. I'm like, let's see how many drones do I have here. Let's just get a couple more and try to like keep something intact. But it's at this point, I feel like it's close to impossible. For me at least. It's definitely possible. Probably if I would have gave the army to Grandmaster, could have made it at least a lot closer. Once again, my hatchery is getting destroyed, and I'm like, okay, now I'm stuck with Corruptors, and this is a move that I don't usually do. If you're a regular of my stream or something like that, then you would know that I close to I'm like kind of never go for Broodlords. Here I tried, but obviously I'm extremely inexperienced. I think I played Broodlords like 3 times in my life. Or maybe I played in the campaign or something. Probably I played the Broodlords in the campaign more than in 1v1 or like versus. Which is actually like extremely funny. Now you can see those links over there. I'm like, I realized that, wait a moment, are those like slow links? And I'm like, oh wait, I still don't realize it. Oh, this is so funny. I'm trying to expand once again. I completely forget about the gold base, which could have been taken by my opponent, but yeah, as I said, this game is ultra chaotic. No pun intended. Maybe ultras would have been actually a good move here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. At this point, I'm not sure of anything. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to like morph a couple of Broodlords, and I suspect that he has all the bases at this point. I see that he has the other base, and I'm like, okay, let me fix this, and I'll just move in and just try to like do something. I'm like, oh, never mind, just let's go, and there we go. Trying to get a couple of moves. Like, this move is not bad. I'm not killing any workers, and at this point he's like banking so much more. Because let's be honest, he did not lose pretty much anything. At some point he's even going to like send drones across probes across the map. Like, yeah, I don't know, honestly, this is a massacre on my end. My opponent was just wearing me down slowly but surely.
Need more overlords.
And maybe I could have gotten more Vipers. Again, I hate playing Vipers against like Templars, right? Because it's kind of bad. I hate playing spellcasters. What I loved with Protoss when I played Protoss is just popping those spellcasters. You know, like, you want to harpoon me? Sure. Okay. You want to fungal me? Yeah, you're gonna pop. You're literally gonna pop like a balloon. I think a 200 out of 200 infester, like energy wise, will pop instantly due to a feedback. But maybe correct me on that if that's not true. Now, what's happening here is I should probably start building static defense, because I have lots of minerals and I don't have that much gas, so I shouldn't. I'm going to do a couple of things that are really, really bad. And it's something that, I don't know, maybe you have this feeling at some point that you just feel like, yeah, this doesn't seem that great, but you still do it anyways for some reason. I don't know if anybody actually felt like that or did stuff like that. I'm probably not the only one, hopefully. But yeah, here I'm like, what do I even do? Maybe I should get another Viper. Yeah. you can see that I'm totally lost. I'm like clicking around without actually doing anything proper. Finally, I'm sending my links across the map, and I'll have a sad realization over here. I'm going to run into a lot of static defense over there. I'm like, okay, this is looking absolutely wild. And I'm like, even here, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I should have crack at this point and like +1 or maybe even +2, something like that. But yeah, it was like a total disaster. And I'm trying to move my Broodlords because I'm 100% sure that he has that base. So I'm not stupid. I'm pretty sure I would have done the same with Protoss. If I'm controlling the game the whole time, then why not actually do whatever? Oh, I actually get a couple of free Archons or free damage on those Archons. Now I actually sack like almost all my Corruptors there. And obviously there's not enough here, so I'm going to lose these Broodlords as well at some point. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, everything is moving across the map. Oh, I think I'm just moving, yeah. I'm moving Corruptors. And I'm trying to just make it a bit easier on me. Okay, I'm looking at the mini-map. I'm trying to see, okay, now he's actually moving in. I don't actually pay attention on what's happening, but I see massive blobs, so yeah. And I by the way, I saw like a million units moving there on the minimap just now. So honestly, if I looked at the minimap, I would have seen that it's carriers. So I would never ever, like, I would have sacked these Hydras or something. Maybe I got like a couple Broodlords and the rest Corruptors. I don't know. It's so difficult to judge late game, because late game is like, you know, you can actually impact the game in many ways, but it's really difficult to actually make it 100% controlled, a controlled environment, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe a Baneling Nest. At this point, I'm just getting all the tech. Now, if I saw that it was carriers, by the way, I would have actually went for Carapace upgrades, because those Carapace upgrades are kind of, I would say, at least like sort of semi-important. No, actually, they're very important, by the way. Okay, I snipe a... See that range, by the way? See that freaking range? It's like half a monitor. Yeah, it's crazy, by the way. Like, I just harpoon, but honestly, if I want to like parasitic bomb, I need to like send in everything. Like, I don't know, I need to sack like a billion Banelings, and I don't know, like, you can see that I'm like super confused on how to approach this. And this is just like the issue of like having a million mistakes in the early game, and everything just piles up. And here I see like, oh shit, he's actually sending over drones. So obviously that means that he's trying to get a couple more carriers, couple extra supply, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to like just, you know, hold position those, trying to make that. But I should already like move in over here. The problem is where I'm attacking from, it's quite difficult. Maybe I should have attacked from the front as well. There's a lot of things that could have gone better. Here I'm like, okay, let's try to like sack these Banelings into the Nexus. And I'm like, okay, this should be enough, right? Right? And even I'm trying to like take down this, yeah, and I just fail at it. I could have moved in, by the way, and just sniped that Nexus. Would have made it easier. No battery overcharge over there or something like that. So super small victories, but would have mean something. And now I'm stuck with no army, or no proper anti-air, because Hydras are like, yeah, not great. At least I take down this this Nexus, which is something. Take out these static defense buildings.
The swarm is threatened.
And I'm like, okay, I don't even mind from that gold base, because the problem is, you can see, I had like a super huge gas bank in the early game, and now I have a super huge mineral bank. Like, obviously gas is going to be the most important thing in the late game. Now I'm trying to like get Corruptor after Corruptor. Once again, I just see a lot of observers there. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So 30 minutes in, I'm like, okay, let's get some static defense. I'm like, I'm not even sure what to do. Should I turtle off? Should I don't know, like, what should I do? Yeah, that's the question of in the entire game. Like, that's the question from beginning to start, because I misread the situation in the first minute, and it punished me for 30 plus minutes. That's kind of insane. I tried to play it out. My control is not great, but I was like, yeah, maybe I can mass up something, but and have like a decent angle or something like that. And I see him just take this. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, now I remember. Okay, I should have carapace upgrades. And here's that bad move. I'm sacking a billion lings over here, trying to like create pressure, trying to create some space, trying to take down this this nexus, but I literally fail. I even sighed there, and it wasn't the sigh of relief; it was the sigh of pain. I'm like, yikes. So in my opinion, the fact that I couldn't actually, like, you know, grow enough in time, the fact that I got delayed everything. Yes, I got up to a decent drone count. Yes, I got up to a maxed out army multiple times. But the army that I had, the time that I had it, it's just, you know, not great. And I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I did that. You can see I'm like laughing. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's not something that is going to cost me the game, obviously, but it's like one or more lurkers. I'm trying to get these lurkers so I can actually potentially snipe Templars. Could have tried a bailing flank. Could have tried a lot of things, but at this point I was exhausted. Like you can see, 31 minutes. It's exhausting for even a pro player, in my opinion, to some degree at least, let alone for someone of my caliber who, once again, as I said, I haven't played too much in quite some time. But actually, let me give you some good news towards the end of the video. I am actually growing in MMR. So before this game, I think I was like 3,500-ish, something along those lines. Like 3440 was my, or 3450 was my MMR. Obviously, I won well, 3 games. One leave and like 2 ZvZs, which is fine. It's okay. So I actually grew. I'm on a positive win rate in this this series already, and I feel like I learned from the last one as well. I even had like off the recording. I had a couple of things that I actually learned from this whole thing, so it's quite nice. I'm actually happy that I'm having this series. And actually, by the way, a lot of you guys came back to me with like very positive opinions on the idea and everything. So, oh, one more thing that I actually forgot was like air upgrades. I think I got like +1, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, these corruptors did not stand a chance, despite having like 6 billion of them. I should have flanked with them. I tried to flank with my Vipers, but once again, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm like twitching my head. Yeah, I'm trying to move in, trying to snipe a couple of Templars there, and here I'm like, yeah, whatever. At this point, I'm like trying to just make something out of this. But it's close to impossible. I have no gas. I have nothing left to do. I'm trying to like make more static defense, and at this point it's like hard copium. I barely scratched the surface of that Protoss army. I didn't even want to know about his gas bank either. Yeah. At this point, I'm like,
They're attacking your
I don't know. At this point, I'm like, yeah, I cannot really do anything about this. I'm like, yeah, let's move in, like, whatever. I don't even burrow my lurkers. This point, I had enough. I'm like, okay, you know what? Take it. There's the GG. And look at that. It was a 3,300 bank. Sorry, 3,300, I said? 33,000 bank. 33,000 bank on the side of my opponent. And yeah, I don't show the actual what you call it. I don't actually show the MMR there. I think it was like 3480, 3490 something among those lines. Next time I'll try to remember that. But guys, thank you so much if you stuck with me until the end of this video. This was a fun one once again. We have once again I see it's gonna be 45 minutes. Sorry about that. I actually went a bit overboard. But it was a long game. I wanted to include this because I think a lot of people can learn from this. And thank you so much for sticking with me. If you enjoy it, consider subscribing, consider liking the video, and spread the word as we are going to have more and more. Thank you so much. I love you all guys, and I'll see you in the next one.